East Hartford, Connecticut, home to the Yukon Huskies, where basketball has a championship pedigree and there's plenty of enthusiasm for football as well. We've got a terrific matchup for you today, rich in pageantry and tradition, and it ought to be a fantastic clash. As we'll see a squad from Conference USA, the Florida International Panthers, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Yukon Huskies. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. Yukon will deliver the opening kickoff, and we'll get this game going. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Not a whole lot of room to operate on that return as the coverage unit was there and ready. So FIU's offense will get the first crack at it here. Every team has impact players. What traits are you looking for when it comes to players who can make an impact, David?
Well, obviously, you want the main things, right? Speed, physicality, all power. All those things are really, really good. But you also need guys that will hold people accountable, guys that will lead. And it's nice to have those guys on your team. They're the leaders of the team, and they're the best players.
And part of the reason why they're leaders is because these guys galvanize their teammates, right? We've seen time and time again, these dudes make plays, and it just sparks the sideline. It sparks the coaching staff. It sparks the fans. They're special players, and they all have to play well today.
Using his legs, it's Owens. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
They'll try to drive ahead on 3rd and short. And the Panthers get enough for the first down.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
One of the things I love about this offense is they're very versatile in their passing attack. They throw to receivers and tight ends, and the screen game is big as well. This guy is a weapon, and you're seeing that here early.
Power football with the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. The Panthers come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. They'll try to run for it. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good 3rd down situations, execute on 3rd down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
He stops him at the 31, but not before. He picks up 10 yards on the play. And the Panthers back to the line on 1st down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. Trying to surprise him with the pass. Looking to the big tight end. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he makes a grab. Defense draped all over him, and it's 1st and goal at the 9. The Panthers started this drive backed up in their own end, and now they've moved into position to score. Dropping back, it's Jenkins. They'll run the screen. Beck's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Florida International. A great catch and run for 6.
Man, it doesn't get any better than that. You script the first 10 plays, that was 10 plays. That was perfection. That was a touchdown. That's called good scouting, being ready for the football game, and executing to a T to start this game off. They get set for the point after as we have the first score of the game.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So it's a 77-yard touchdown drive. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So Connecticut's offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And, David, they've got a guy in the backfield that certainly is capable of carrying more than his share of the weight in this offensive attack.
Yeah, he's a beast, but I would argue this, Reese. Like, you need to get the ground game going. For this offense to be successful, they need a physical tone setter, and he can be that, sometimes up, sometimes down. They need that consistently, Jesse.
They need him to show up when it matters the most, and there's going to be times in this game like we've seen throughout his career when the defense wants to take away wide receivers or players on the perimeter, and that's when this guy has to show up and shine. He's got vision, he's got cutting ability, he's got speed, but that's got to be on display in this game.
I love when defensive backs come up and they are physical and they stick their face in the fan and they aren't scared. Talking to the defensive coordinator coming into this game, he knew his DBs had to tackle well. They had to get these running backs on the ground. Great start on this first drive.
He's knocked down just short of the 30 at the 29-yard line. It brings up fourth down. UConn will have to punt it away. They'll boot it away for the first time tonight. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. The Florida International offense is back on the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Opening play of the drive from the 39. They'll move the wide receiver. From the gun, the ground game. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Back to throw, it's Jenkins. Fires to the tight end. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Quarterback making checks. On 3rd down, going up top. Oh, it's picked off. Didn't get a ton on the return, but the most important thing, he got the ball, and they've got it at the 48. Hard running there. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stopped for a short gain. We've reached the break. It's FIU with the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Had a chance to talk it over during the break, and they'll start with 2nd down. On the ground, it's Edwards. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. 3rd down, and they'll need to get the ball to the 38-yard line. From the gun, wants to pass. Got it in the middle, it's Porter. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Looking downfield on 1st down. Got a man, it's Hansen. They stop him just a link or 2 short of the first, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. Back to pass. Grab near the marker, it's Hansen. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. This UConn offense really has it going. They're working that left side. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Going up top again. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Hansen. He hauled that one in and got it down to the 15-yard line. It'll be 3rd and long. Back to throw, it's Fagnano. Grabbed in the middle, it's Edwards. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. Smashes it between the uprights. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
Well, you're always going to wonder what woulda, coulda, shoulda happened on 4th and inches had they gone for it. But with this kicker, I like taking 3 points and putting it on the board.
The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Here's the handoff. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a gap, it's Owens. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays, but sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well, but if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Here comes the heat. Blasted as he lets it go.
Defense did a great job. 3rd and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the incompletion.
Perhaps feeling that coverage coming, signals for the fair catch and makes it at the 25. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Off the play fake on first down to throw. And it just squirted through his hands. He wanted to take off and got too anxious. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. Back to pass, it's Fagnano. Grabbed over the middle, it's Edwards.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense, catching the football.
And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. Looking to move the chains. They throw it complete to the left.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Not the most productive half for this offense so far, but finally starting to get it in gear. 1st and 10. Sets up the screen. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. We're at the 2-minute timeout. It's been a good one so far. Opportunity for this offense perhaps to take the lead before halftime. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on 2nd down. Wants to go up top. Got it in the middle, it's Hansen. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this 3rd down play. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. UConn will have to punt it away. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. FIU gets it back, and the Panthers will send the offense back onto the field. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. Gets it out quickly. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. FIU pushing tempo. Back to pass, it's Jenkins. Safe completion on the screen. Crosses to 35. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks.
And they executed that running back screen to perfection. Quarterback held on to it. He let the rush get to him. Offensive lineman got out in position, and the running back sold it too. Once he had the ball in his hands, he just had...
Turning on the Jets. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. FIU comes out with a fresh set of downs. Quick handoff. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Picks up enough to give them 1st and 10 from the 13. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. And it looks as if they're going to try a field goal. Dead center perfect. Now up by 7 points here in the second. So they get the late field goal right before the half and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. From inside the 10, here he comes. They'll knock him down, and that'll take us to halftime. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, a first half that saw a little bit of everything there in East Hartford.
FIU has it on a tee, about ready to go here in the third quarter. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Hey, a lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. To the air, it's Fagnano. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man on the right. He's loose. And they don't drag him down until he gets all the way to the 46-yard line. You look to be backed up, and then suddenly you're not. Big play has them across the 50, and they'll have it 1st and 10. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
And that is just what this defense needed. Nice job getting upfield, getting after the quarterback, putting that last play behind him. Big gain, so what? Great job being dialed in on 1st down, to the pass, and getting the sack.
Great job of contained by this defense. And in order to do that, the end man on the line of scrimmage defensively has got to be able to set the point and force the football back into traffic. And that's exactly what happened.
Lets it fly deep downfield. And they can't quite hook up trying to make a completion in the back corner of the end zone. UConn will have to punt it away. A soaring high punt with serious hang time. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Starts a drive, trying to go up top. Catch in the middle, it's Dawson.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the 1st down.
They'll give it to the back. Nice move to keep running. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They'll snap it from the 36. They've got a 1st down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
They'll run it out of the shotgun. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage, he'll lose a yard.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Wants to throw. It's Jenkins. It's complete. They're working their way toward midfield. He's out of bounds at the 46. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They're in their own territory, but they are undeterred. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. Trying to get it to the marker.
It's not always easy, and it's not always easy to call a basic play on 4th down, but it is when you convert it. You've called this play so many times, had so much success. This was a day 1 install in fall camp. Nice, successful run on 4th down.
Might as well give it to him again. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Finds his man. It's Payne. And that completion good for a short game, but they still have some work to do to pick up the first down. And the Panthers are at the line trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll run for it on 3rd and short. And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
3rd and 2, trying to be physical, trying to win the battle up front. Almost there, Palmer, just short 4th and inches.
Yeah, and he was so disappointed he didn't pick up that first. He's looking over to the sidelines right now, asking for the ball again here on 4th.
Yeah, and I think those quarterback sneaks used to be for the big, strapping quarterbacks. But, man, nowadays, dude, all you got to do is fall forward, and it's such a hard play to stop. So you see this all across all levels of football, and it's just a difficult play to stop.
Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. Fakes the grab. At the 20, he's got space. Run out of bounds just before he could get it into the end zone, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Yeah, and the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Keeping it on the ground on 1st and goal. And he'll race it to the house. Touchdown, Panthers. That was an absolute sledgehammer of a drive, just taking the air out of the ball.
And it's hard when you run that many plays not to make a mistake and throw an interception or get penalties and put you in a bad spot. But the offense just strung play after play after play together and got in the end zone.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
ACC action, fellas, and all week there's been intrigue about this one. North Carolina is being humbled today. There's just no other way to say it. A complete and thorough thumping in Chapel Hill. They're trailing by 14 to Clemson. Never know what's going to happen in the ACC, and we'll circle back if anything develops you should know about.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Looking to fire. Oh, they're after him. Pulls it in. It's Burton. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
On 3rd and short, they'll ride the running back here. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Number 17, on to take it away.
A high kick. Let's see if he can pin them back deep in their own end. He'll call for the fair catch here. That's the end of the quarter, and FIU is on top. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. To the air, it's Jenkins. A little screen to the running back.
You see a lot of offenses late in the football game with a lead get conservative. I like they didn't. Like, they trusted the passing game. You're going to get looks that you know what they are. Defense has to be aggressive. You know, they have to be aggressive because they're down. They've got to get to the quarterback. They've got to get stops. Nice job throwing the football.
And he's able to bounce off one tackle, but still not a whole lot of running room.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Panthers will line it up on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. And a nice run there before the defense finally makes the stop. And the Panthers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Out of the gun, the give to the back. Squeezes out a couple of yards down to the 32. The Panthers line up trying to move the sticks on 3rd and short. They'll try to bully their way for the first. And he needed 1 yard, and he didn't get it. The defense won the battle up front. And for the second time tonight, they'll try out the field goal kicker. And if they can make this and turn it into a 3-score game, they'll have this one all but locked up. Oh, that one will leave a mark. No good. Missed the field goal, but still a 2-touchdown lead at 14. First snap of this drive comes from the 32. Dropping back, it's Fagnano. Finds his target down the middle. Man, just when you think you've seen every move, he's got another one, and he's out to the 40. The Huskies in a good spot here with 2nd and short. They'll go to the ground. And some room to work. Oh, a lot of space. They finally get to him, but what a play there to pick up the 1st down. UConn quick to the line.
And he finally breaks one. They get rewarded. They've been trying to run the football, Palmer, but just haven't had success all day.
Yeah, and the staff never gave up on him, too, right? They kept giving him opportunities, and maybe that's the run that starts to open things up here later in this game for this guy.
That's caught. It's Edwards. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. 2nd down, he'll throw it. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Returns it all the way back to the 23-yard line, and the defense gets a turnover.
It doesn't get any better for your defense. You know exactly the situation in the 4th quarter. Everything in your favor. Don't let them make big plays. How about you make a big play? Nice job getting the interception. It's not icing on the cake yet, but it's getting pretty close.
Well, they've got the lead. The defense just did their part, getting a takeaway. So now if you're on offense, you want to run the ball and take as much time as possible between snaps. Stay in bounds and let this clock tick away.
A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. Timeout called there by the defense, desperate to get the ball back and save as much time as possible. 3rd down conversions, always a huge stat, and they've got a 3rd and long from the 27. From the gun, wants to pass. Moves away as he feels pressure. And he scoots his way to the 1st down and then slides to avoid the hit. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They'll keep it on the ground. The clock is on their side. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Give to the back. Jukes his way for more. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. We've reached a 2-minute timeout, and in all likelihood, they could just run the clock out. We'll see if they want to rub a little salt in the wound. And the Panthers really need to keep this drive alive on third down. Looking for a man. It's Jenkins. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up. FIU will line up to punt. This will be a second time they've had to kick it away. And the returner could find no daylight. He goes down. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. Wants to throw on first down. Caught over the middle. It's Hansen. He'll get it up to about the 32-yard line before he stopped, and it'll be first down. Wants to go up top on first down. Quickly complete. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. And the Huskies with a second and short to keep this drive moving. Back to pass. Caught in the backfield, it's Edwards. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage. Wants to throw again. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. At the 35, he's open. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds. The Huskies come to the line with a fresh set of downs. From the red zone, looking for a space. And it's picked off right at the goal line.
And that's kind of what this offense has done all day. They have struggled. They haven't gotten a rhythm. They haven't found a way to get points on the scoreboard. And late in this game, when your defense and your team really needed it the most, Palmer, they throw the INT.
And it's a microcosm, too, of just how dominant the defense has been. They've always been a step ahead. They've been the more physical side, and they've been making plays on the back end. That interception should seal this thing.
A strong, methodical, work